to another virtual painting session. It did take me a while to get all of my painting materials back in place, so I apologize for that. But without further ado, we're going to continue to develop this painting. As I said before, the photo reference for this painting is posted in the community section of my YouTube channel, so please feel free to go to the community section of the YouTube channel to find the photo reference from Unsplash. Remember, it is a copyright-free resource where you can find plenty of painting images that you can use without any worry when it comes to attribution and all of those things that can sometimes cause issues. So I'm going to be using the Griffin ALKYD, of course. I'm going to be actually topping off the paint as I go, so I can read off the colors to you. This is the Cadmium Yellow Deep Hue, and now I'm going to put in the Yellow Ochre. I'm just topping off the paint because I know that I'm going to need a lot of paint. This paint here is still wet. I've had paint there since this morning because I was teaching my online class this morning. We're working on a Rembrandt as one of the projects, so just adding a little bit more paint. And yes, the paint is starting to tower. It's starting to become like towers of color, which is pretty fun. I'm wondering how far it'll go before it falls off, but we'll see, since this setup is at a 45 degree. So hopefully the paint doesn't end up falling off of the top there. And I do, as always, have a special sale for this stream, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. That was the raw umber that I just added there. Now I'm going to top off the Ivory Black and the Ultramarine blue, add a little bit more medium, and we'll be ready to develop this painting even further. This one is going to involve a lot of drawing, everyone. So not a lot's going to happen a lot of stuff is going to be small drawing things, very minute drawing things with color. As we started last time, we put a lot of emphasis on the effect of light, trying to get the light to read, the backlit light, and pushing the colors and the composition. So color and composition are the two main objectives that we were working with last time. So now that we have all of the colors and I have all of my brushes ready, let's go ahead and get to painting. Hey Angela, hey David, Marshall, Ingrid, Julie, I hope everyone's doing well. Remember, I also have a Twitch channel now, so we were just drawing there at from 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 4 Eastern Standard Time. So let me actually move this a little bit to the right so it doesn't get into the chat there. So remember, I started a Twitch channel. I have been doing drawing videos there, drawing streams. So if you haven't checked out my Twitch page, it is in the description. There's a link to it in the description of this video. And I should also mention there are rules to these live streams, everyone. I'm going to have them typed up at some point soon, but the two major rules really are no controversial conversation, and no fighting. Nothing controversial and no fighting. Those are the two big rules, and you can actually derive more of the details from what I just said. So let's keep the comments chill, relaxing, informative, and peaceful. That's what we want out of the comments. Alright, so let's see. What I'm going to do is address a lot of the problems here linearly, and then I'm going to bounce back and forth between the linear and then the mass. So let's go ahead and get the raw umber ready. And since this is the second layer, I am going to introduce medium now. Not too much, but a little bit of medium. So the goal for this one is to continue to push the drawing. Now we have the composition and we have the colors somewhat established there, so now the objective is going to be to push the drawing, starting off with linear first. I'm looking for any kind of linear things I can work out. So see how that angle was just a little bit too much before, and I think I can still push that. Now remember, I'm gonna have to reiterate this all the time. I am not trying to make this just like the photograph. I repeat, I am not trying to make this like the photograph. But what I'm doing is I'm interpreting visual information and creating a painting. That's what I'm doing. When you say linearly, you mean line drawing? Yep. What I mean is lines, exactly. So I'm using just a line with the raw umber. So I'm adjusting the side of the forehead a little bit there. Over here, there's all kinds of things that that I can adjust. Now, I want to say that the number one thing that bothers me is unfortunately the eyes. So I'm wondering if I just didn't put enough contrast to the eyes. So I'm going to start to paint in the eyes with a little more contrast, a little more medium here. Last time we had to move the eye up, and I'm wondering if I moved it up a little too much, so I may have to figure that one out after I put more contrast to the eyes. And just like before, this panel has the wood grain texture. I did gesso this panel from scratch. So from no gesso to about 5 layers of Liquitex Professional Acrylic Gesso. As you're seeing here, the back side has nothing on it, just some remnants of the gesso, the gessoing process. And there's a little bit of texture on here from the wood grain because I would gesso it and then sand it lightly to keep some of that the gessoing. Hey Randy, oh thank you for signing up for the Patreon. If you didn't receive a message yet with the links, please let me know. Again, now I have help with that, so someone should have sent you a message soon with all of the links. So whenever anyone joins the online classes, you are sent a welcoming package. It's a message that contains all of the links needed to have access to the associated playlists. They are unlisted YouTube playlists, meaning that only online students with access to the links can view each of the lessons. So if anyone's here and you signed up for the classes and you didn't receive that message, please let me know. We'll have that taken care of immediately. Or we'll just make a note of it, and of course it'll be taken care of very fast. But very happy to have you on the live stream here, Randy. Hey Angela, it really dries fast. We're all painting ALKYDs. Yeah, the ALKYDs dry really fast. Again, I had a very interesting conversation with someone not too long ago about fast dryers, and from my understanding and from the readings that I've done, The ALKYD should be one of the most archival of the fast dryers. Ingrid, can the camera go in closer? Hey Harjot, the camera, it can zoom a little bit more, but if I zoom any more, I'm going to lose the palette shot. So maybe at a different time. It'll only zoom really up to here. It'll probably cut off the bottom here. But for me to zoom even more, I'd have to get up and adjust it, manually adjust it during the stream, as I don't have the camera set on automatic focus. Okay, so this had to raise a tiny bit. I hear that, right? Yep, just email me. Oh yes, and it is oil paint. These are ALKYD, Winsor Newton Griffin ALKYD oil paints. As a whole, I think that the photograph here is probably one of the most difficult photographs that I've ever chosen to paint from, and I'm going to tell you why. Number one, the pose is very complex. She's turned, she has her hand there, which we're going to have to fix. She's in the shadow relative to the backlighting, and all kinds of complexities. So this time I'm not going to be focusing as much in the light, color and light aspect. I'm going to be using color to draw with more with this one. And of course we'll take this to completion on Saturday. And of course, Julie and Harjot, when the time comes, I will deal with that. I'm going to have to pay attention to the comments closely. And like I said, you know, in all honesty with this one, I was a little in over my head when I chose to start this alla prima. It would have been better to start this off with a very careful drawing, which, by the way, when it comes to very careful drawings, it's time to introduce the special sale that I have for today. It's actually a triple combo, if you want to look at it that way, for the special sale. Hey Denise. So the special sale is right here. Hold on a second. The special sale is only during, I guess I could have taken a lighter picture of that. It's a combo, 9 by 12 inch oil painting. Yeah, I took a bad picture of that. Oh, dang it. But here is the painting that is available as a special sale. This is actually one that was painted in 2018 on the YouTube channel. So this is the uplifting pose. This was done with a classical approach, and I have the transfer drawing that will go with it. So if you do decide to purchase that painting, you also get the transfer drawing. So this is the transfer drawing, also done, of course, in 2018. So if you do purchase that painting, you get the transfer drawing to go with it as well. This was drawn in graphite, also in my YouTube channel. But not just that. again, if you do purchase during this stream, you will also get a free painting study on a sheet of canvas. And like I said, I have a ton of these. So maybe you'll get this one, or you get the ones that you saw before. Maybe you'll get this one in the box. But either way, if you do purchase during one of the streams, you also get a free painting study on a sheet of canvas. So if you purchase today, it's a triple really. You get the painting, you get the drawing, and you get a free painting study on a sheet of canvas. And of course it's a first come, first serve. And the painting, of course, it ships out in 1 to 2 weeks. And the link to that sale is posted and pinned in the comments section. Let's see, MC Hugh, question your part. What is the difference between regular linseed oil and refined linseed oil? What difference does it make to an oil painting? Well, as long as they are artist grade linseed oil, the difference is really just on how it's like processed. I don't know off the top of my head the exact differences, but what I do know is that everyone, for the most part, suggests cold pressed linseed oil, pale cold pressed linseed oil. And also you get the, with the special sale, you get the for the price of one of the paintings, you get the painting, the drawing, and of course the bonus painting study on a sheet of canvas. Hey Stephen, oh thank you. Yeah, this drawing, this is a graphite drawing. Again, this is the one that will come in the box. Again, so if anyone wants to purchase this painting during the stream, again, this is a 2018 painting. You get this one, and it's actually outlined. I outlined it over here. I don't know if it's visible. Because I did use this as a transfer. I don't know if anyone remembers the video where this drawing was created in that painting. It was done on YouTube, and you can actually see the tape over here. This was taped over, so you can frame it. You can cut right along the lines, and it becomes a 9x12, and then it can be framed. Well, thanks, Julie, Mariah. And yeah, so with this painting in particular, I'm going to be using color to progress the values and to correct the drawing, really. Honestly, I think what bothers me the most about it is the flatness of this. It's just way too flat. It's too two-dimensional. So my tactic is going to be to stick with one spot, now that I adjusted some things with the outlines. To stick to one spot, take it to as far level as I can, and then use it as pretty much a reference for everything else. Because everything is too two-dimensional at the moment. This is way too two-dimensional. No pun intended. So what I'm going to do is push some sections of the painting till it gets more dimensional, and then use it to help me see more corrections that I have to do. And out of all of the streams, this painting in particular, it gave me the most anxiety to return to. And it's just because the drawing just did not go well on Monday. It just did not go well. So what I'm going to do is go in with one section at a time, make this as realistic as I can, and then move around until I can get more of a illusion of form with each area. And I'm going to keep the values really minimal. I'm going to try to keep the value transitions even more minimal. So this is just how I'm going to be drawing. So this is the stream, really, out of all of them, that's going to require the most drawing with color. Hey Kazuko, welcome to the stream. So a painting requires an understanding of the big picture, the whole, as well as the parts. So you kind of have to be able to see the big picture and the small pictures all at once. Last time I was very focused on big picture stuff, but I left too much ambiguity in the smaller shapes and in the forms in general. So it's a lot to adjust. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 major sections of value transitions. Hey Mariah, I love that about your work here. We get to problem solve. You're a very skilled instructor. Oh, thank you, Mariah. Yeah, problem solving. One of my teachers, John DeMartin, would always say that he would say that his teachers told him so. What I'm telling you is what his teachers told him, but what he would also tell me is that drawing is nothing more than a series of corrections. And that's a lot of what has to take place in this stream. Now, hopefully you're seeing this is starting to become more realistic. Hey Marshall, oh thank you. Let's see. Kazuko, Harja, was that question about the email for me, or was that for someone? Kazuko, I have a question. Why do people add 1/3 part of the face, a yellow in 1/3 part of the face, red 2/3, and blue in 3/3? Those are color zones. Not so much here. I don't think that we're gonna have color zones here. But usually, let's change camera angles. So I'll use myself as the model. I guess I should have wore a lighter shirt because for some reason the darker shirt makes my face like over brighten. I don't know. But usually the forehead is kind of like the yellow zone. The cheek and the nose is the red pinkish zone. And then the chin, especially for a male. Like if we have the 5 o'clock shadow here, it's kind of like the cooler color zone, like more gray and grayish, bluish color. Oh, okay. So for my Gmail, everyone, this is going to apply to everyone now. I'm gonna give you my Gmail. I do run the risk of getting hate mail, but that's just life. Oh wow, I misspelled my name. Hold on a second. Okay, so there is my Gmail. So anyone that's interested in my online classes and doesn't know if they're right for them and would like a free sample lesson, please email me. And I can send you a sample lesson. It's usually the completion of project 1 that I send out for the sample lesson. So now that I've put a little bit more depth into the eye, what I'm hoping is that I'm able to move into this eye, add a little bit more dimensionality, and then eventually the rest of the face will look more realistic. Then we're going to get to the hand. But definitely the face and the features are going to need a lot of adjusting. Now the very last thing that I want is to leave the eyebrow like this. So I'm putting in the value, and now I'm going to use Alla Prima basically to soften and kind of blend the edge. Usually I just paint out the eyebrow and then add it back in, but there wasn't really much of it left. So instead I'm just painting it in and softening Alla Prima style as I go. Hey Mr. Stark, when you sell a painting, do you ever wish that you'd kept it? That's part of the process. You have to learn not to fall in love and let it go. It's like dating. Do I feel... no, not really. I'm usually happy, like, ecstatic whenever I do manage to sell a painting. I don't know. I tend not to get as attached to the artworks. Though some of them, I'm not gonna lie, some of them I do end up missing after they're sold. Like, oh, whoops. So I sold was it a self-portrait? There was one painting I sold a long time ago. I can't remember if it was a self-portrait, but back when I was still at the studio in Caminati days, and that was really one of the first paintings I sold, and then I felt that way. But, you know, after so many paintings, you don't become as attached. I mean, to me, the sale of a painting is really like the biggest compliment I can possibly receive. Yep, this is true, as Harjot says. I mean, I do run a risk putting my Gmail out there, but again, if you are unsure about my online classes, if they're right for you or not, and you would like a free sample image, feel free to send free sample lesson. Feel free to send me your email. Just know that sometimes it takes me a little longer to get to the Gmail. Yeah, no problem, Harjot. Hey Dashun, working on my first portrait commission now. Awesome. Congrats on the commission. Hey Harjot, do I ever get any emails from Imgur? Did I ever get any emails from Imgur? I don't think I did. Although I have to, again, that goes to the email. I have to check. So what does 1.1 or 1, 1 mean? Meaning value, whoops, there goes my brush, hold on a second. From my understanding, it means, suppose this is value 1, so 1, 1 is 1 next to another shape, which is also 1. So meaning 1, 1 would be a plane change and another plane change with a very similar value range. That's what I got out of that. So now this is starting to make a little more sense. This little zone over here. And also with ALKYDs, with the fast dryers, it just helps to stick to one portion at a time, one part at a time. Just because the ALKYDs can get tacky much faster. Hey Sarnia, do you sit down for 3 hours and paint? I need to take a break every half an hour. I don't really notice the time go by as quickly. Sometimes I do, but I mean, I don't really notice the time go by as what I'm trying to say. Time goes by, it's like 3 hours by the time I'm done, and it feels like it's been like 1 hour sometimes. I think because it's just so much for me to keep track of, and it's fun. But in practice, I don't paint without taking breaks as frequently. When I work on my own studio paintings, I take breaks probably every 20 to 30 minutes. Hey Dr. Harris, sorry if I mispronounced your name. Hello Pari, hi everyone. I'm getting addicted to your live videos, and I've watched each and every one of your YouTube videos. I learned a lot. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Harris. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. Hey, Jimmy Perez. Let's see, my English is bad, but good job. Oh, thank you. Let's see, desde Miami, Jimmy from Cuba, gracias por pintar y dar lecciones a tus seguidores. Gracias. Gracias desde aquí en Beltsville, Maryland. Oh, too dark, too dark. Hey, Forever Always, can you explain how to transition the colors between the lips and skin on the face? I find it difficult, and with the nose as well. Let's see, transition the colors between the lips and skin, the skin on the face. Okay. It's usually a value thing, a value and a color thing. I find that this is very similar to this because she has a different local value for her upper eyelid, so I tend to try to relate the color to the adjacent color. So see how this was lighter, brighter. It was lighter in value. I want to say a little bit warmer over here than this. So it's the same deal with the nose and the mouth. You have to relate the shapes to one another, and try as much as you can to think of it in the abstract. You know, like shapes, not necessarily like the lips. I know you use the terminology because it's easier for me to understand. But usually I look for value relationships, color relationships, and then I adjust them based on those relations. So constantly comparing. That's the best advice I can give, to constantly compare. Hey, Lakshmi, okay, let's see. Lakshmi, sorry if I mispronounced your name. What's up with the forehead? There's a yellow spot, or is it just me? This is not the color that it's ultimately going to be. So I'm working from here to here. All of this was to get the light in check, to get the effect of light. And I'm using medium, but I'm not using as much. And usually you want to use less medium in the earlier layers. And the medium I'm using is Venetian medium. So these the skin tones are cooler and a little bit darker in value. So I'm trying to stay away from Ivory Black and Ultramarine Blue and using raw umber as my coolant. Hey Forever Always, have you tried sculpting? I took sculpture classes in school, but no, I usually don't work in sculpture. Let's see, Coleman, corner of her left eye has darker triangle. Is that her makeup? Yeah, that's her makeup. The little wing here, that's her makeup. I'll probably put that in a little bit. So yes, this section needs to be much cooler. So as I said, the raw umber is going to be more of the coolant for me here. Now, if you will allow me, I will explain in a second the difference between what you're seeing here and the virtual painting sessions and what I offer in terms of teaching. So online classes, I'm going to explain what the differences are soon, because there seems to be a lot of confusion between what my online classes are in comparison to this. So again, these aren't online classes, these are virtual painting sessions, but I'll explain the difference in a little bit. That's one of the most common questions that I get, so I will address that in a little bit. Hey Lyle Emos, I've watched you a lot and have a question about Vermilion. Oftentimes you said you need to use thin to paint over thick so it will stick. How do these two terms relate? Yeah, of course. Thinner paint tends to stick onto thicker paint is an alla prima thing. So alla prima, for instance, if everything was wet, if it was wet on wet, then you can thin out the paint to paint onto a thicker section of paint. If you're painting wet on wet with one layer, that's what when I say to use thin paint over thick paint, thin paint over thick paint is a way you can layer wet on wet when you're creating a painting in, say, one sitting. But when you're working multiple layers on a painting, then that's when you want to consider fat over lean. Fat over lean is essentially what you want to follow in terms of how each layer dries. So to make that more simple, fat over lean just means make sure that your first layers dry before your later layers. Traditionally, linseed oil and walnut oil were used. So that's why for the majority of the paintings, everyone says to use more medium in the later stages, because traditionally the mediums were linseed and walnut. In modern times, all it means is to use less medium in your first layers, and make sure that your first layers are completely dry. So when you're building up your paint film layer after layer after layer, you're putting in smaller yet more noticeable increments of oil or medium content. So that differs from putting thicker or thinner paint over thicker paint in Alla Prima, because it deals with a painting that has many layers, at least 3 layers, so more than 1 layer. And when it comes to the oil content, it really doesn't have much to do with how thick or thin paint is. It has to do with the oil to pigment ratios. So hopefully that helps. Let's see. Hey, Clerman, let's see. The highlight on her eyebrow you're doing, that was great. Oh, thank you. Hey, Alwyn George. Welcome to the stream. Okay, her tear duct is a little bit lower there. Hey, Ronald Miller. Hello, my friend. Looking fantastic. I know it's not the final part yet, but I was wondering if you're going to move her hairline higher and away on her forehead. Left, your right, as in the photo. Let me see. I lowered it, actually. I thought I had it too tall. But yeah, I can adjust the hairline. If anything, I feel like this needs to lower. In fact, I'm actually going to adjust this now, because that edge is kind of glaring. Hey, Lyle Amos, thanks for the answer. I was confused by the mineral spirits for the wash and drawing in Alla Prima and then going to oil. Oh, I'm glad that it helps. Yeah, so everyone, I'm going in one area at a time, and just because if I was to be working everything all at once, it'd be too much for me to handle. It would be way too much information for me to handle. And now I'm going to put in the dark for the hair so I can continue to sculpt out the hairline. Yep, no problem, Harjat. So suppose this is value 4 and this is value 2 and this is value 1, and the third value is pretty much the halftone here for the side of the eye. So I'm trying to keep those value ranges very simple. Oh, yep, I will definitely take my time here. Hey, the theories. 4 years into oil painting, 13 years old. That means you started painting when you were 9? Oh, wow. So my suggestion is to look at, you know, if you want to continue to pursue art, definitely look into um, researching as many different artists. Art history is definitely a really good way to you know, figure out what the art scene is going to be tomorrow. Art history would be my best advice. Next to, of course, you know, practicing every day. Let's see. Hey, Alvin George, are you going to do the background at the third stream? I'll probably adjust the background during this one. I'm going to try to at least work on the face for the majority of it, and then the hand. But I will be merging some of the background, making more sense out of the background in this pose, or this session as well. No problem with the theories. Alright, so I think we just about have a forehead now, almost. So 4 major zones of values, and I'm using color to turn form. So lighter, not as, or more bluish, warmish here, and then kind of like violet over here, and then edges. And this, even still, I have to paint right into it to get this edge transition. Hey Ronald Miller, oh trust me, anything that it's just one step at a time. If anything, I'll definitely learn by watching you, my friend. That's why I usually give up on portraits. Well, I'm glad that my videos help. And I understand the frustration with portraiture is real. I totally understand. Trust me. It's just, excuse me, it's a matter of the more you paint, the more you know how you're feeling at a certain time. You know, sometimes it's best to take a break and then return to the painting later on in the day, or return to the painting later on in the week. Sometimes, I guess the more we paint, the more we get to know ourselves and in particular, how we, you know, what frame of mind we're in when we're painting. Believe me, I've had many days, like Monday actually, I felt like I was making mistake after mistake after mistake, and now it's starting to kind of pull together over here. Hey Monique, I'm glad that you love the hairline. Yeah, Harjot, I would pin the rules, but I have pinned the special sale. I don't know what to do with that. I think I'm going to, I don't know, I'm going to have to figure that out. Hey Steven, crowd question. What's everyone been painting today? I started a new one. Good question. Crowd question from Steven. Alright everyone, I wonder how many of us are here. We got about 60 of us here. So I want to see 60 responses. So For instance, I'm working on a portrait that I started on Monday. So what is everyone working on today? Oh, awesome, you did your first charcoal today, Julie. I can pin 2 things? Let me see if I can pin 2 things. No, it doesn't give me the... No, it just says replace pin. A landscape, awesome. Alright, so I'm going to let the dialogue between everyone run through while I work on the painting a little bit, because this is going to require like all of my focus really soon as we move towards the nose and the mouth, just because this is going to require more drawing adjustments. Definitely everyone watching this as a pre-recorded video, definitely read through what everyone is writing so we can see what everyone has been working on. Of course, the ear is a section that you just want to have the value right and not overdo it. So not going to spend too much time on the ear. So let's get to this. This is going to require a lot of drawing adjustments. And please be sure to write down what you're currently working on in your studio, in your painting space, as I continue to develop the nose and the mouth. I'm not really looking at the comments at the moment, so all of my attention is being spent over here. But I'll let you know when I look at the comments again. And hopefully the comments don't blow up. Hopefully a battle doesn't start out in the comments while I'm away. Because believe me, this is not easy. the lighting is what makes this probably one of the most challenging of all of the virtual painting sessions. The lighting, the pose, there's nothing easy about this one. So I'm putting in the shape of the nose, and then I'm going to be delineating the nostril. So moderators, please help me out. So if someone is asking a question to me directly, please let them know that right now I have to put in 100% focus on the painting, and I will answer the questions shortly. Alright, so that should be good for the nose and the side of the face. So we've worked our way down to here. This still needs work over here, but now I should be able to answer questions as everyone has, I wonder if anyone has been asking questions. Let's see, John MCH. Can anyone recommend a decent light to use for painting as normal house lights are terrible to see colors properly? I recommend you can use clamp lights, just any kind of clamp lights with a nice, a nice light bulb at a 45-degree angle. One thing you could do is get photography lights with the I don't remember what they're called, but with the diffuser, photography lights with the diffuser, and also what works well is LED lights. Hey Kathy, so let me see. I'm going to scroll through and see if there are any questions that I may have missed. let's see. Oh yeah, so someone was asking about being a moderator. I'd have to consult with all of the moderators that we have for that. So that requires some consultation with all of the moderators. Let's see. I think that's pretty much all the questions that could have been geared towards me. Hey, Ronald Miller, just felt like drawing more portraits for practicing before trying to paint. Okay. Yep. If you can't afford photography lights, let's see. A reveal light bulb in a light fixture aimed at your painting helps. As long as it's at a 45-degree angle, it'll help. Hey, Gato. Yeah, for instance, I use my the room lighting, which is above. The photography lights, which is in the corner, with the diffuser, one photography light with a diffuser, and an LED light. That's how I have this camera angle. And you can kind of notice, if you look at the paintbrush, notice that the shadow is coming from above. But if I go over here, see this? There's a shadow coming from the right. So you can actually, this is a good example of all of the lights. So see this shadow? This is the 45-degree basically coming from this angle. So you can tell that there's a light source coming from here, and there's a light source directly above there. So now let me clarify the difference between the online classes and what we have here in the virtual painting session. Alright, so switching camera angles. So remember that the online classes start out here at $10 a month. They are offered on Patreon. With the online classes at the $10 a month tier, you get access to all of the pre-recorded videos. So what does that mean? So as soon as you sign up for the online classes, you are sent a welcome package with the links to all of the unlisted YouTube videos, meaning that only online students can see them. There are about 50 of them right now and continuing online lessons. The online lessons are geared to build up our online students, so little by little by little by little, we're building up to more complex painting projects. We're going to eventually move towards larger format paintings. Now, the biggest difference between what we have here and the online classes is the virtual classroom. So at the $10 a month, you have access to the virtual classroom, which means, suppose you were painting with me here today, or you were, painting along with any of my previous YouTube videos. That means that as an online student, you can send me images to my Gmail so long as I can double check that you are in the online class to be featured in the virtual classroom. So each week you can send me images, and the images, I give you advice. I give all students advice in the virtual classroom. On Tuesday evenings, that video is released. That is the biggest difference between what you're seeing here and in the online classes. Not just that, but the online classes are building you up sequentially, one project, one lesson at a time, to do more complex paintings. And the online classes are set for anyone at any skill level to join, and also you can take the lessons at your own pace. You don't have to be painting the same project that I'm working on. For instance, I'm on week 50, so it doesn't mean week 50. I'm on lesson 50. So that doesn't mean that you can't send me images from lesson 1, project 1. You can start at any point, any of the projects. Now, moving up, so what we have is let's hold on. Oh no, did I lose it? I think I did lose it. So I had a screenshot of the next tier. So after the $10 a month is the $20, which allows you to watch the lessons as they are recorded. They are recorded using similar software, the same software actually, and only the $20 a month live stream tier can watch the lessons as they are being produced and ask questions as the lessons being produced. So that's the added benefit of the $20 a month tier for the live stream tier. And then after that there are more tiers, but those are the main tiers for the online classes. That's the biggest difference between what you're seeing here and the online classes. And I'm giving you a detailed explanation right now because as I put my Gmail in there, those were the questions that I was seeing there. What was the difference between the online classes and what you're receiving here? So hopefully that clarifies some of the differences there. And again, I had to explain that because it's one of the most common questions that I get. So yes, let us continue to develop this painting. A little bit more light for the nose there. Hey Mario Joe Pink. Welcome. And please don't forget about today's special sale. Again, today is it's like a triple combo really. If you purchase so for instance, if you purchase the special sale for today, there's the 9x12 inch, I know I should have taken a better picture, 9x12 inch oil painting. But you also get the drawing, so that's the transfer drawing that was created for the painting. So you get the drawing, you get the painting, and you get a bonus. So for instance, here it is, the painting that's available, a special sale. This was painted in 2018. And it is on my YouTube channel. Alright, so in terms of the values on the nose, it's very compressed. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then 4. I'm trying to keep it all in groups of 4. Ingrid, phthalo blue really stands out in this color. Your eyes are really drawn to that color. I'm going to definitely minimize this. I painted it much thicker before. I'm going to just leave a sliver of that bluish color. And there's no way I'm going to use phthalo blue in the skin tones. There's just no way. Phthalo blue will dominate any colors that you put in the skin tones, and it will overpower them. Now, phthalo blue is great for, for this kind of bright bluish light. But it's kind of like a rare occurrence that I need phthalo blue. Oh, thanks, Maria Joe. A long way to go on this one. Oh, thank you. Harjot has entered the chat. He returned from the depths of the kitchen after finishing a fajita. Awesome. So now this whole section is starting to make more sense than before. And now let's just put that reasoning in with the areas surrounding the mouth, and then we're going to paint in more structure for the mouth. So I'm probably going to start off here. So in general, I'm trying to keep the, for all skin tones that I'm painting, I'm trying to not paint them as warm, and I'm trying to keep my values more simplified. Hey Maria Jo, pink. Today the light is on her right hand. The light is on her right hand. Yes, this is her right hand. The light. Yep. I'm gonna get to that eventually, but for the most part, I'm working all the shapes surrounding the face. What happened with the chat? It looks like there might be a war going on in the chat. Looks like the moderators got it under control, so thanks for that, and I can just paint. Hey CT Gupta, welcome to the stream. So of course I paint this a little lighter, darker, and then make it lighter as I go. So don't think that I'm going to leave it this way. I don't know what that noise is, if anyone can hear that. So it's hold on. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm just going to be using the edges and the colors, of course, to help turn form. So this is going to be a little bit cooler. Let's see. Hey Maria Jo Pink, when you're finishing the painting, what do you do with the resting acrylics on the crystals? Yeah, these are these are oil paints. I just leave the paints here. Sometimes I'll just take them off the palette. And, you know, for instance, sometimes I go back to back from one painting to another painting. So I'll just take the paint off and put it on my studio palette. Good question, good question. And of course the jawline has to move a little bit. I just noticed that. Hey Nalita, let's see, how you party? I like the background. Do you plan to modify it? Oh yeah, definitely. I'll keep the light though. I'll keep the light. Whoops, the light effect, but I will adjust the background soon. Especially this. This is a little too choppy for me right now. It doesn't quite give me an effect of light yet. So I'm going to definitely be adjusting it. This was only a start, an abstract start. 11 by 14 inches is a great size to start with. So before I had this a little too far. Oh, alrighty, crowd question coming in from Ingrid. I like this question. Whoa, whoa, color. Oh, thank you so much, Ronald Miller. Enjoying watching you paint as always. Never gets old. Learn so much. Thank you. Oh, I know this is not much, but every bit helps. Oh, thank you. Of course, you helped me out so much. Ronald Miller. Shout out with my final fixative in hand. I just purchased fixative for my charcoal drawings, as I do have a bunch of charcoals now because I'm doing charcoal drawings in the Twitch stream. But thank you so much for your super chat on my YouTube channel. Ronald Miller, your support on my YouTube channel helps out so much. So thank you so much for your super chat on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Maria Jo, what's the meaning of chappy? Oh, choppy. It's just to, and again, thank you so much, Ronald Miller. Choppy, it's a little too, I want to say, undefined. The values are there, but it's undefined to me. It's like, it looks like, I don't know, just the edge is too, I don't know what the word is, like scratchy. It's too scratchy right now. That's what I mean by choppy, like chops, like it's chops of paint instead of like smooth flowing paint. Oh, I'm glad that helps. Hikram Super Chat is the feature on YouTube where viewers can provide monetary support to any YouTube creator during a live stream. Hard shot, I don't know. Gotta be careful with that hard shot. Trust me, I know the feeling with the emails, hard shot. Oh man. Oh crap. No! Wrong value. Hey Monique, let's see. When you do a super chat, do you set up the payment after the... I have no clue. I think it's just added to the AdSense on Google. So this is all an edge thing, really, that I'm doing. And color. I'm trying to cool this down. And don't worry about the mouth. I'm going to adjust it. It needs to be moved. So don't worry about the mouth. We'll get there. We'll get there. It'll make more sense when we get there. Oh good, I'm glad that the cooler color looks better. Hey Maria Jo Pink, it's amazing how you find the color. A bit of this, a bit of that one, and voila. Yeah, exactly. It's like this song, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Exactly. I'm basically exploring the colors as I go till I find something that works. So in that sense, I am a little more intuitive with the colors. I want to say that it's cooler, but it's also closer to the violet-ish, the colors in comparison to other types of color relationships. So as mentioned, I mean it's definitely drawing, but it's drawing with color. And don't worry about the mouth. I'm just going to get to the mouth at some point. Oh, thanks, Ingrid. Oh man, I must say the beginning of this was quite stressful. I didn't know if I could resolve the problems up there, but I think we've resolved them for the most part. But definitely, what helps is to stand back, to sit back as much as possible. And also, more recently, what I'm doing is I'm grouping values together. I'm not thinking of it as a bunch of values anymore. It's in groups of 4, and I'm letting the color and the edges do the refinements or the form modeling. Yes, crowd question. So Ingrid has introduced a crowd question. So crowd question, everyone. Which paints are you using? I'm gonna start out. I'm using Winsor Newton Griffin ALKYD. What's everyone using? Everyone using Winsor Newton, Gamblin, Old Holland, Williamsburg, Rembrandt oil paints. What's everyone using? And of course, acrylics as well. Are you using acrylics? And if so, what kind of acrylics? Gouache? The list goes on and on. Great question, Ingrid. Can we use liquid over dried linseed? Can you use liquid after using the linseed oil for your first layer, as long as your first layer is dry? Yes, you should be able to. I'm gonna have to move the finger up a little more. Let's see. Hey Monique, a mix of artist grade paints. See, I would use the liquid over top of a painting, any painting, oil painting that you started that's dry. So even if you started it with a different medium, as long as it's dry, really. Hey Treasure, what do people use liquid for? Liquid is it's actually an alkyd based medium. It expedites the drying time. It makes the paints dry faster. But it's also really useful for glazing. We'll get into some glazes next time. ACT, liquid is dries quicker than linseed. Yes. CT, it does dry faster than linseed. And her teeth are showing a little bit, so we're going to get into that. Hey Jeff, are hands hard for you to paint, as with a lot of painters? Oh yeah, hands are difficult. Hands are difficult because they're like, mini portraits in and of themselves. I will say though that with hands, they're a little less difficult than faces, but they still require a lot of time in comparison to, say, other features when it comes to figurative painting. Hey Harjot, what complaint? What did I do? I didn't do anything. I was just painting. I think it's a notable facepalm moment. Facepalm. So again, everyone, please don't forget about the special sale that I have here, only during the live stream. So remember, this painting is available as a special sale today. And if you do purchase this painting, not only will you get the painting, of course, you will get the painting, and the transfer drawing that was created. This is a graphite transfer drawing that was created for this painting. And again, at the same cost of the painting, you'll also get a free painting study of my choice. Of course, it'll be a surprise, on a sheet of canvas. So you'll get a free painting on the sheet of canvas, and it will be a painting of my choice. It could be one of the ones that you're seeing here, or it could be a different one. So again, only if the purchase is done during the live stream, as we do with every one of these live streams. And another thing I'm going to suggest, especially when you're in the middle of a painting, is to use a mirror. So I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by using a mirror. So I hold a mirror to the corner and look at the painting through the mirror, and I do that so that it's kind of like doubling the distance in a way, whereas you get to see the painting in a different perspective. Another thing you can do is also look at the painting upside down, but I'll flip it over later. Hey Kevin, I wish I could use oils, but I'm actually allergic to them. I don't know if it's the binders. Kevin, it could be the solvent that you are allergic to. A lot of artists develop allergies to mineral spirits and or turpentine. So I'm wondering, Kevin, if you use spike lavender, if that will help you. Spike lavender is known to be one of the safest, if not the safest, solvent to use with oil paints. Oh yes, and never use straight stand oil alone. Hey Harjot, you get stomach aches from when you use turpentine. When I used distilled turpentine, it didn't have any adverse effects that I'm aware of, but some are more sensitive than others. Seed here, what did I miss? Seed here, no, I mean, can we mix up different brands of linseed in a painting? Seed here, your question about mixing up different brands of linseed in a painting, I think the more complex the mediums become, the more risk you run of the paint film having some problems down the line. So seed here, I would probably just keep at least the type of linseed that you use consistent. Seed here, I meant to ask if we can mix up linseed oil from Winsor or this brand that I cannot pronounce that I've seen before. I wouldn't, but mm, I don't know. I just wouldn't because I conjecture that if you mix too many different types of linseed, there could be, I don't know, some molecular problems in the paint film later along the line. I don't know. I think. It's just my opinion. Oh yeah, the spike oil is, it's the safest, but it's the most expensive, really, solvent to use. Hey Stephen, there are many solvent-free products to use in oil painting available now. Zest It and Gamblin have good selection. Hey Treasure, I like the way Spike Lavender smells. It smells like a spa. It turns your studio into a spa. Safflower oil does the same thing in cleaning brushes. I don't know. I don't know if it thins out the paint enough to clean it. You can also buy lavender brush cleaner, which is cheaper than Spike Lavender, and it does pretty well to clean brushes. There's also a citrus brush cleaner. Alright, now we can work our way down towards the hands. So that should be about good for the face for now. We'll refine it more next time. Actually, hold on. There's a spot here that I don't like. Now I'll get into the hands. Hey Jeff, the size of the photo, I'm just using my iPad. Whoops. So you can compare. This is a 1114, so this is just an iPad. Not a very large photo, and it's not close to the painting, so I don't try to keep the photo reference like right next to the painting, just because I try to mimic, when I paint, I try to mimic what it's like to paint from a live model. And so yeah, the hand is going to be completely, and I mean completely adjusted. Hey CT, you didn't find the safflower on Amazon? Um, yeah, Amazon's sometimes a little difficult to find products. I don't know, to be honest. I mean, depending on where you are, some resources are easier to find than others. For instance, there's a lot that I can't find on Amazon that I purchase in person at Plaza Art Store in Vienna, Virginia. That's where I get my Venetian medium from. Alright, so that's the thumb. That's a slightly different value than the corner here, but it's the same value as the knuckle there. And I'm sorry if you can hear all the ruckus going on around me. I have no control over that. Don't worry, the chaos that's happened there with the knuckles I'm gonna fix. Hey Yoglio, thanks for watching from Chile. Hey Hardjet, what role does your fiance have as your manager? Exactly that. She helps me out a lot with those things that basically everything that's not producing art, she helps me out with. Let's see. Hey, Power Courage and Wisdom, how's it going? Great work / live podcast. Oh, thanks. Hey Jeff, I find myself going around in circles trying to hone in specific shapes like lips, nose, lips or nose. Is this a comment? Oh yeah, definitely. It's definitely part of the painting process. It's like an exploration of shapes, and not everything happens like sequentially. It's not like it's not like every brush stroke I put in there is perfect and in the right spot. It takes time. So there I need a little bit thicker paint for this dark shape. Because of course I had the wrist way too thin. Alright, so let's get to the fingers. Hey, see, yeah, probably in a little less than an hour. But the Twitch streams that I do, so I stream 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is a couple hours before this stream started. That's at a set time interval, 2 hours, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And those are drawing videos for the most part. I say that because I may incorporate some painting into it, but it's at the moment it's mainly drawing. So again, I apologize if you can hear everything that's going on around me. I have no control over that. Hey Treasure, I'm glad that you like the backlit glow. Oh, take care, Mariah. I'm glad the noise doesn't bother you, Monique. That makes one of us. Hey Julie, I don't know if there's a way to save the Twitch videos. Hey Joanne. So yeah, before I had the hand way too small and too thin, so I've just been adjusting this as I go. Apologize if I missed any comments. I haven't really looked at the computer in a little bit, so I'm gonna turn to the comments in a section here. Right? See what I mean? In a second here. All my focus is here in the painting. I think as a whole, this little orange shape here is distracting me, so I'm going to take it out. As long as I have this shape correct, I could care less how many fingers I have in there at the moment. It's just the shape. If I can get that shape correct, then I'm in a good place. So that should be good. Now I'm going to look at the comments. I didn't quite put in the delineation between all the fingers, but I'm going to look at the comments now. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Hey Joanne, she has 6 fingers. I wasn't really counting that. I was trying to adjust the shape. I could care less about the fingers. At the moment, I'm trying to put in the exact dimensions and the colors. Ingrid Edward had a question. Hey, probably would it be okay if I sent you a digital sketch I made for some feedback? Of course, I think you're in the online classes, right? If you are in the mentor tier, you can send it. And that's one of the benefits of the mentor tier. The $10 a month tier. Hey Monique, it's amazing to be able to say hi to people around the world. Yeah, that's one of the really amazing things about YouTube. Yep. Hey Ellie Tennis, thanks for watching from the Philippines. And thanks for the hearts, the heart emojis. Hey Kathy, you having internet issues? Uh-oh. I was having internet issues yesterday with the virtual classroom. Hey Ronald, the wrist is tilted a bit more. Okay, I'll look into that. Hey Hardjack, can you send you something? What? Oh, okay. Alright. Okay, so let's get to the hand. Let's see. So in general, there could be more of an angle like this, as someone mentioned. I think it's just this corner. Yeah, this corner needs to stick out a little bit more. I may end up losing all of the blue that I painted in there. But, you know, the color is not, the backlit color is not really as important right now as the drawing. And in general, there's also a little bit, I guess, a less of a bump there. And I think that's something I added during this sitting, so I should be able to wipe it off. I do think this is now the hardest painting that I've ever done on the stream. I guess each one is the hardest one, I guess. This one in particular, with this, with all of this, there's nothing simple about this. Alright, so let's get to the knuckles here. The hair actually comes out a little bit more, so I may end up painting this out. The red over here. Huh. Hey Charles, my old speakers went out and I didn't see Ubari's hand. Uh-oh. Oh, thanks for the hearts there. Hey Harja, I want to see you and your fiance paint together. She actually took one of my in-person classes one time. She can draw pretty well, but it's not what she enjoys doing. Hey Jeff, I think you'd make a good surgeon. Huh? Ooh, thank you. Okay, so the hands are starting to make a little more sense. Not perfect by any means, and requires further refinement next time, but starting to get somewhere. Now clearly, I'm going to have to adjust this color. Bring the nose down and tip it a little. Could be, yeah. Let's see. So thanks for pointing that out, Jay Kramer. Hey Ellie Tennis, oh thank you. And now I think actually this is too wide, now that I did that. I think I may have tipped it too much. Little tiny adjustments. Okay, so hopefully that helps with the nose. Thanks for pointing that out. Thanks, Jay Grammar. Okay, alright, so I think this is all just too light in comparison to the skin tones that we've been painting. So I'm going to switch to a larger brush and we're going to work with larger areas now. So then after adjusting this section, we'll go back into the background and the hair, and that should be about it. So remember, the special sale is still available during the stream, of course. Hey Jeff, how long does it take you to get into the zone each time you sit? Sometimes it takes me like an hour, other times less. Sometimes I don't really get into any kind of focus really until hours into the painting. Oh, thanks for the hearts. I guess a good indicator of when I'm like in the zone, I guess, is when I'm quiet. Um, when I'm not talking as much. Which is sometimes. I think one of the number one complaints I get is that I talk too much. Speaking of being in the zone, I have been kind of zoned into the painting for some time, so I'll explain what I've been doing. I've been putting in the ambient light over here, but still trying to maintain the radiance of the the light and dark patterns. Trying to balance the colors, not making them as warm as I've been making them before, so I'm trying to adjust that. The darker this gets, the more this is going to glow. I feel like this was just out of place before. Speaking of comments, I have a crowd question for everyone. This may be a personal question, so it's up to you if you want to answer it, but if you do listen to music while you're painting, what music do you like to listen to? Let's just make sure that there's no curse words or anything like that, or anything that could get us in any kind of trouble. I'm a 90s child, so I like to listen to like on Spotify, like 90s hip hop or something like that. That's what I like to listen to. What do you like to listen to while you're painting? Crowd question. If you listen to any music while you're painting. And of course I can't play music like that while I'm painting because it's just not possible. Hey Monique, do you have time to do an evening Zoom session maybe twice a month at a different tier amount? We can work that out. That would probably be part of the group Zoom tier, so I'd have to figure that out. Actually, Monique, we're going to be moving the group Zoom lessons to 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hey Julie, 90s music for me. Awesome. Joining me with the 90s. How's that? 80s rap, mostly K-pop. Cool. Yeah, my fiance really likes K-pop. Treasure, you listen to classical. Very classical. How's that? Disney music too. Cool, cool. Kathy, classical piano, Beethoven, Chopin, awesome. Ingrid listens to piano. Hey Monique, 2 hour session. The group Zoom is a 1 hour. Though sometimes it does go a little bit longer, or sometimes it may end up going a little bit longer. But yeah, it's at 2 o'clock p.m. Not 2. Why do I keep... See, I'm getting my hours confused. The group Zoom, Monique, we're moving it to 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays now. Out of group choice. So that was a group decision to move it. Hey Harjot, does she watch K-drama? Yep, she does. Hey Edward Soto, I listen to podcasts, honestly, like Creative Endeavor. Oh, cool. Yeah, listening to podcasts is a good one too. Hey, Ronald, can you use your artist license to lighten the forearm and wrist? It doesn't look correct in the photo, in my opinion. Like any calming, I like any calming piano or guitar. Lighten the wrist. Lighten the forearm and wrist. Doesn't even look correct in the photo. The forearm and wrist. Let's see. I'd have to experiment with that one. Hey Edward. Yeah, I can check out the podcast. Although I don't really listen to any podcasts, but that would probably be my first one to explore. Hey Helen, do you have a link to your art school where you trained? Please, how do you spell it? I'd love to know more about it. Yeah. Yeah, I'll type the name of the school that I attended years ago in a second here. I'm just trying to adjust this. This edge. I'm going to have to use my fingers. To adjust that edge. Hopefully that works a little better. So I'm going to type the name of the school that I studied in. So there's the school that I attended, Studio Incominati in Pennsylvania. Oh, cool. Thanks for typing the website, Monique. So definitely, if you check out their artwork, let them know that Yupari sent you, just so they know I still exist. I visited there not that long ago, maybe a couple years ago. and filmed like a vlog style video traveling over there. Hey Harjot, is it online? I don't know if they have online classes. I'm sure they do at this point. But they didn't have online classes when I was there. And I was there back in like 2011, so I was there a while ago. Hey Stefan, listen to hip hop as well? Awesome. Well, I don't really listen to any like hip hop or like rap music after like the year '97. And thanks for the hearts. Yep, no problem, Helen. Yeah, Arjot, let's just be careful not to step on anyone's toes. Okay, so now this section I think makes more sense. The shoulder section. Now, of course, this arm's needing some assistance, so let's get to it. Thanks everyone for keeping the chat alive. I know I've been kind of really quiet for the most part this time. So I had so much to figure out with this painting. Yeah. Be great to have conversations with all of you in person. So Harjot, since you're in Northern Virginia, since you live in the area where I shop, Once the pandemic's over, we can probably meet up at like Plaza or something. Whoa. Whew. Alright, so we have this now somewhat figured out. I don't think I'm going to put too much more for this area. Now the hair in the background definitely need some attention now. So, I'm going to start off with, I want to start off with the, I think the background. There's like a, in the photo reference, there's like a kind of patch of greenery down here that I think may work well compositionally. I'm going to experiment a little bit with that. As they say, there's no opportunity without risk, so let's do it. Alright, so here's to taking a risk. So there is, in the photo reference, I don't know if it's visible. No, it's not visible for you because I cropped it. So down here there's actually kind of some grass. I want to paint that in. And if I don't like it, I'll paint it out. Remember to let me know if the if I do something that you think is not beneficial to the painting. Again, I do see that a little bit of a sway here in the composition may help, but I don't know. We'll see. Hey Jake, Grammar, do you have a favorite brush? Yep, this one. This is Princeton Catalyst Polytip Bristle. I have it linked in the description of this video as my favorite brush. So again, if you don't think that the addition of this will help the painting, let me know, because of course next time this painting will be available for sale. It won't be the triple sale like today, but it will be available as a special sale. Yeah, no problem, J. Grammar. And I chose a kind of more earthy greenish color using the yellow ochre and the ivory black. Hey Ronald, I like how the grass vignettes the model. I think it accents it. Good, good, good. I hope so. Hey Monique, I like it, but now it's the abstract buildings in the back that are now distracting me. I love the lights on the back. Okay, then you got it. This is gonna be taken out. That's gonna be adjusted. Of course, let me know. Let me know what everyone thinks. Everyone, let me know what you think. The better I can paint this, the more likely I will be to sell it. So let's see. Let's see. Hey Monique, what about a road going into the painting on the left? On the left. A road. I don't know in perspective how that would work. The first thing I'll do is palette knife that out. So I'm going to go with this color over here, kind of like a bluish. Oh, lower. I think it might work better without too much in the background. I think. I don't know. Let me just get this color to cover this, and then we'll look into that. Abstractly add a road, maybe. Yeah, I'd have to. This is almost like painterly charades. Like me trying to figure out exactly what you're describing. But this is fun to do, painting palette knife onto palette knife. You kind of see it already? Huh. I'm glad you like the color choices, Jay Kramer. Hey Julie, it's better now. Those buildings have been taken out. The light around the model is fabulous. Oh, good, good, good. Whew, as long as it's getting better. Sometimes it gets worse, and then it gets better. Then it gets worse, then it gets better. As long as after all of the paint has been laid down, hopefully we have a result that someone out there will like. Alright, so I'm trying to visualize what you mean, Monique, by the pathway. Stephen, oh, a bit of a Van Gogh-esque background, I approve. Oh, good, good. Although it's kind of like more flat now. But this should help with the light, I think. Hey Stefan, with a different background, would you need to change the tone of the glow of the hair? Not necessarily. What I have to do is put in more of the flow, the details of the hair. But if the situation calls for it, then I will adjust the glow of the hair if necessary. I don't see it as too necessary yet. You know, for instance, I think that still works, but we'll see. Hey Julie, now the grass looks better, although without buildings being in. Looks better without the buildings being in, although I love the abstract background before the grass. Well, I hope we didn't mess it up. Let's see. It kind of looks like trees lining the road on the left-hand side, which I like. Well, I hope so. Again, I didn't want to go too dark with that value, so we can maintain the luminosity. So remember, light, and then with the dark, it contrasts, especially with this glow. It helps to contrast. I wish you could see the texture. I would need like a much higher quality camera for you to see the palette knife texture. Both ways looks good, is what I mean. Oh, okay, good. I'm glad you like the way it looks, Julie. Let's see. Hey, Ronald. Yeah, I think some of the contrast colors that were just covered up actually help, let's see, actually help give the painting more depth and pop. Yeah, I don't know. I think what I might do is put more light here to go with this light. But if you think that it has less contrast now, then I'll do the best that I can to get the contrast back. Because I don't want to over flatten it either, so let's do this, let's do this. I'm going to create a plane here. Backgrounds are always like the most difficult things, I think, to paint, because you have to kind of imagine them. Because if you paint it exactly how you see it, it can end up being kind of boring. So, you know, always trying to figure out what can be done to the background to push. Let's see. Hey Steven, let's see. The sensor on that camera is pretty good. Now an L series lens may help. L series lens. Okay, I gotta remember that. L series. So L for Lucy. I'll try to remember L series. So I'm just trying to add some contrast to the background. It's not too simple. Hey Source Supra, oh, thank you. Let's see, you can add the silver light back. The silver light. This? I think that was distracting. I don't know, I think that's what everyone wanted me to take out. Hey Hardjot, how much longer am I streaming? That's a good question. It's already 8:30 in my time. So I've been here for 3 hours. I still want to get some of the detail in the hair figured out. So again, don't moderators, please don't feel like you know you have to be here the entire time. I don't want to take you away from you know, commitments and things you have to do, especially if you're in your time zone. It's like really late. Like if it's 1 in the morning or something over there, please don't feel like you absolutely must be moderating the stream. So I'm just imagining the this light plane here, and I'm hoping that this helps. I don't know. Hey, sorry if I mispronounced your name. Yes, I am full-time artist and teacher. I teach painting online, I stream it online, I do painting commissions, or portrait commissions, I do my own studio work. So yep, full-time. Hey J Grammar, like, subscribe, yes please. And don't forget the super sale, or the special sale painting is still available. If you purchase the painting that I have available in the pinned comment up there, you will receive the drawing. So for instance, again, super special sale as we call it. If you purchase, so to anyone watching and that's interested, if you purchase this painting, I took a terrible picture of it, sorry about that. If you purchase this painting, you also get the transfer drawing. This is a 9 by 12 inch. If you purchase this painting, again, it's priced at the same price as all of the other paintings. If you purchase it, you'll also get the transfer drawing that was done. So here is the transfer drawing that was done for this painting. Not only that, you will also receive a free bonus painting on a sheet of canvas. So it could be this one, it could be this one, it could be this one. So it would be of my choice, the free bonus painting that you would get. Of course, it will be signed as well. So basically 3 items for the price of 1. Alright, so let's get to the... What was I doing? Alright, so let's get back to this. Gotta blend this out. And you'd also be one of the first, you'd be the first to own a graphite drawing or a drawing of mine. Actually, that's not true. Someone out there may own one of my drawings. One of my drawings was stolen at one point, which was hilarious to me. In a drawing session, I'm not going to mention where this happened, but one of my drawings was stolen at some point in my life, which I took as a compliment. But in any case, you would be the first to own one of my drawings officially. I think this is starting to work now, this kind of like sway of light. I hope. And you know what helps? I'm actually going to rotate the painting, because seeing it upside down actually helps with composition. Alright. Gonna see the painting upside down. Looking at the painting upside down is kind of like looking at the painting through through a mirror. Although I don't know if you're like me, sometimes when I rotate the painting, I end up turning my head still for some reason. I don't know. Compositionally, I think this works. We have a triangle now. A triangle of light going this way. We have a rectangular square going this way. I think this could be blended a little bit more. Okay, so in any case, I think that the background works compositionally, and it's so much easier for me to see that when the painting is upside down. Hey Stephen. Oh good, I'm glad that you think that the background is working. Okay. Alright. So hopefully it works. What happened? What did I miss? Kathy, let's see. I bought a painting for Christmas for my daughter's surprise Christmas present, Cat's Rule. Oh, awesome. As long as she's not seeing the stream, because then it won't be a surprise. Alright, so I think the background works. I mean, I hope it's working, that is. Hey Harjot, the green on the left is boring. Green on the left. Here? I feel like there's maybe too much of a jump from here to here. I feel like if I unified these two, maybe added a little bit of blue here, maybe that would work. I needed to blend this in anyway. Ingrid, when are you mailing my Rembrandt? So luckily I have help with the shipments now. So on Etsy it has it has 1 to 2 weeks. So hopefully that the Rembrandt has already been packaged. So I'm gonna double check with my person. It should have been sent. If it wasn't sent today, I'll double check. Because I know it was boxed and ready to send, Ingrid, so I'll get back to you on that. Hey Monique, it's growing on me. I left it upside down. However, well, maybe I can just post it upside down. Yeah, I felt like that needed a little bit of a transition. Okay, let's put some of the bluish color up here. I think I may end up getting to the hair next time, just because of the timing. It's getting late for me. Oh good, I'm glad that the transition works. Harjot, is it a little less boring now? Or is it still boring? What does everyone think? Gonna get a synthetic brush to blend this out. And a different synthetic brush to blend this section. It's getting better? Okay, good, good. As long as we're going in some direction. I feel like this should be followed down here. Taking risks, taking risks. We do the same thing all the time, we never progress. So I'm taking some risks. Hey Edward, oh, I'm glad that you're loving the background. So I think that the third sitting on this will be about the hair, mostly. And of course some glazes over here, but mostly the hair. If I added trees in the background, I think that's what we're getting to with this. More light for the blades of grass. Yeah, I see that. I see that. And then some detail in the trees. I see that. I have to clean the paint off of my favorite brush before the ALKYD dries. I had palm trees. So it's kind of like an impressionist background behind her. Yep, no problem, Julie. I know it's really late where you are, so again, everyone in the UK and different time zones. Again, I hope that these videos are helping you out. Hoping these streams are helping you out. Remember that I stream on Twitch 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 4. So it's in general, it's a much more reasonable time frame if you're in the UK or somewhere where the time zone's different. Okay, so now the background looks out of place. Well, I tried. Maybe she's a city girl visiting the countryside. I have no clue. No clue. Yep. Good night, Julie. Okay. Alright, so I think that should be about good for now. The hair, I'm going to have to return to that for next time. Or actually, no. Let me at least do something for the hair before I head out. I try to do the most that I can on the second sitting. So usually on Wednesdays, I think it's the longest of my streams. So I can really give myself the best advantage on Saturday. And it's just that those choppy marks, those scratchy marks were just bothering me. I don't think I would have been okay leaving it like that. She's on an island somewhere, yeah. I'm glad you're really liking the background, Ingrid. Yeah, I don't think I would have lost sleep if I didn't put these adjustments in. Hey Monique, I'm surprised you find that this was quick. I think for most, I'm probably painting at the speed of a tortoise. Hey, Harjot. When is the wedding? It is. I will say it's in March, but I don't know if I'll say exactly which day. On YouTube, of course. March 2021. I'm glad that you like the background. City girl on vacation. So you know what? How many of us are here? Like 10? Yeah, there's like 10 of us here. So let me know if you have any ideas for the title of this painting. Of course, when I post this on Etsy, it's going to need to have a title. So what should I title this one when I put it for sale on Saturday? What does everyone think? The 5 of us that are left here, let's see what someone thinks. So Monique, you see 39. I know I was exaggerating. She's heading to the country fair, looking for the boy she likes. So we got a narrative going on. Summer Dream. Sounds good. Lost in the Fields. That's a good one too. Camping. Nice one, Kathy. Dream. Summer Dreams. It's a possibility. It looks like it's summer. I mean, with the lighting. Summertime. As long as we don't name it Summertime Sadness, that's already taken. Midnight Summer Love. Farm Girl. You know what? I'm gonna just glaze this. I'm trying to do the absolute best that I can. So any more ideas, everyone, for a suggestion for the title of this? So I'm gonna need a title for it. I'm gonna put this for sale on Saturday. Hair Shine, Adventurous. Good name, good name. Where are you? That's clever. Maru's thinking. She does look like she's thinking about something. Field of Dreams. It's a good name. How about you like Stephen's Lost in the Fields? Fleeting Dreams, Fleeting Memories, that's good too. How's that adventure aesthetic? Caught in the moment. And Monique, you like Caught in the Moment? That's a good one. That's a good one too, Ronald. Title, What If? A Moment in Time. Sounds like she's pontificating about something. She's probably wondering, why did Google Maps take me here? Hey Helen, you like the Summertime? I like one name title, so Summertime is good. Summertime, yeah, Summertime is good. How many like Summertime for the title? Seems appropriate. Edwards, looks like she's thinking. I'm glad that you like it. So Kathy, you like the summertime title? Maru's wondering. Ronald Miller, you like summertime as well? Seems like we're leaning towards summertime. Alright, so that should be good for the hair. Summertime, everyone likes summertime? Hey Karim, what do you mean by glaze? I will be glazing a little more depth into the skin tone here next time, but not very much. Glazing is a semi-transparent application of paint. So for instance, that's actually a slight glaze there. Summertime, Monique, you like solstice? Glazing is a semi-transparent application of paint where you can see the previous layers underneath. And that's usually obtained through using medium. Hey Stephen, nope, not really a descriptive title that refers to the place in my question would be more appropriate. May I suggest Lost in the Fields? Okay, so it's between Lost in the Fields and Summertime. I do agree that the fields does have something to do with what we're seeing here in the background. Fields of gold. But she doesn't look lost. Oh my, we have a conundrum. We have a conundrum. I think what I'm going to have to do is create a YouTube poll. I don't know how to do that, but I know it's possible. Alright, so that should be good for the hair. And so next time, again, more depth will be added to the painting, more details in the hair. Wednesdays tend to be the longest because a lot of stuff happens in the middle stages. So Wednesday was definitely the middle stages. So as always, I'm going to be cleaning off the brushes. So I'll be cleaning off the brushes. And again, please feel free to discuss what you think the title should be for this painting. Also, please don't forget to check out the Twitch stream that I started, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And just for you, Monique, I'll be turning this painting upside down while I'm cleaning the brushes, just because you like the way the painting looked upside down. So let's leave it upside down for a little bit. The fielding, Monique, very good. Hey Kindred, Toe Jazz, I'll take care. We'll be back same time on Saturday. And of course, please don't forget about the Twitch stream. I stream 2 o'clock p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please help me get to 100 followers. Ingrid, you like summertime? Stephen, contemplative in the fields. Fields of contemplation? What about that one? Fields of contemplation. What is going on? Summertime fields of contemplation. It's a long one. Long title. I don't know if Etsy will even let me have a title that long. Summertime magic. Yep, and again, remember everyone, I also stream on, I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday as well on Twitch, 2 o'clock p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What about Summertime Fields of Contemplation, Eastern Standard Time? Again, just cleaning off the brushes, and then I'll clean off the palettes. So everyone in the online class, remember, I will be uploading, right after the stream ends, I'll be uploading the lesson that was filmed this morning. Glazing, glazing means semi-transparent application of paint in order to make the previous layer show. It's like creating a stained glass effect. Some of it, we got a little bit of the glazing in here when we put the kind of reddish color over top of the really bright light. That's what I mean by glazing. Hey Monique, I need to be productive. Let's see, between then and now, and then productive and paint. Oh, okay. Alright, all of the brushes have been cleaned. I'm going to rotate this again. So it's between summertime and fields of, I forgot, summertime and something. So once I'm done cleaning off the palette, I'll be taking any last questions. You like summertime, Monique? Nope, Monique is definitely not spamming. She is our moderator. Fields of contemplation. Could be summertime reflections. Also, did anyone get the stickers yet? I know the stickers were sent out not too long ago. Did anyone get their stickers? Hey Ronald, The Thought? Oh, that's a good name. Summer Reflections. Oh, whoops. So Monique, you said yes, I did. You mean to the stickers? I got the first set of stickers. You love them. Oh, good. I'm glad that you like the stickers. Awesome. Oh, now my laptop is full of paint. Whoops. I didn't realize my hands had all the paint. So no questions? Alright, alright. Okay, so I'll see if I can create a post on the community section. So check out the community section. I'll create a post, and let's see if we can title this one. Let's title this something that will help it sell on Saturday, because Saturday is going to be a new addition to the You Could Own This Painting series, of course. Yep, I hope the stickers arrived for you as well, Kindred. Alright. That being said, thank you so much, everyone, for watching today's virtual painting session. Please don't forget to check out my online classes again. They begin at $10 a month. $10 a month on Patreon. If you look up patreon.com/YouPotteryArtist, look for the $10 online class mentorship tier. This gives you the ability to send me images each week for the virtual classroom. And then, of course, there's another edition, which is right here. The $20 a month tier, which is the live stream tier, allows you to it allows you to watch. There it is. So this one right here, the $20 a month tier, allows you to watch the lessons as they are created. So for instance, this morning we filmed a new lesson. Students in the live stream tier were able to watch that lesson as it was created. And there's of course the Zoom one-on-one and the Zoom group tutoring as well. So that being said, again, let me double check the comments. Okay, good. Looks like everything's good. That being said, I wish you the very best in all of your artwork. Please don't forget that I'm now streaming on Twitch, 2 o'clock p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And of course here on YouTube, we're streaming at 5:30 p.m. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday as well. Again, I wish you the absolute very best in all of your artwork, and I will see you. Oh, you just got your stickers. Awesome, Kindred. I'm glad you got the stickers. I hope you will enjoy the stickers. Alrighty, I wish you all the very best in all of your artwork, and I'll see you on the next one.